Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the start of a new run of videos, day after Christmas. Merry Christmas everybody, Happy New Year. Let's start this off right, or actually let's end the year right with a new wave. And this is of course the Spider-Man Wave 13, the Demogoblin, however you pronounce it, the Build-A-Figure. Here we have the first figure of the wave. This is the GamerVerse Spider-Man. This is the Velocity suit. Not a suit that I really used in the game, I'm going to be honest with you. Not my first figure choice from the game, but it's nice to see some of the Spider-Man PS4 game love coming through into figure form, aside from the one that we did get released earlier. So really cool. So here we have the package. It is in that white GamerVerse Spider-Man packaging. Really cool on the side artwork there. Jerry Wilson actually, he posted on his Facebook page that he actually took a screenshot from the game itself and then did a little touch-up work and stuff on it. So that is from the game. Amazing what he did. Really nice. Here is the back of the package, and you can see the figures in the whole way to build the Demogoblin, and you can see that the two GamerVerse ones actually get that little white box outline there. So pretty cool. A look at the figure, the proto image of the figure. Now let's take a look at that bio. Velocity Suit Spider-Man. Peter Parker enhances his spider suit with speed boosting technology to become Velocity Suit Spider-Man. Interesting. Okay, now let's get this thing opened up. And well, actually I do want to just kind of compare the package. You can see that this is basically the same packaging from the previous GameStop exclusive figure. The differences being that this one goes back to the old style packaging where the plastic window box is actually part of the outer box, whereas this one was just a separate piece on top. So there is that difference. Other than that, it's basically the same. You see the side artwork, but they both have used the white box style, but this one at least actually gets the Marvel Legends series logo on the packaging, whereas this one didn't have any kind of Marvel Legends branding at all. It just stuck with the GamerVerse, so that is a big difference there. Alright, and here is the Velocity Suit Spider-Man out of the package, and I think my lighting is throwing this off a bit because what I'm seeing is a very nice blue color, whereas the figure itself is a, God, how do I even describe it? It's like a sea blue or ocean blue. I don't know what you would call it. It tends to lean more towards a turquoise-ish color. But what's really nice is the light baby blue or sky blue that's in it really pops and stands out when you're seeing it here on the video. So I'm going to mess around with the color a little bit and see if I can give you the kind of the true look of what the actual color is when we get in for a closer look. But we'll go over the accessories real quick. So here we have the left leg to the Demogoblin, which is just a damn Bucky cap leg. And I predict it's going to be difficult to put on like the Super Skrull legs when you have a normal figure piece that it wasn't necessarily made to be a Build-A-Figure. It's a little bit more tricky to get together, so I bet that's what's going to happen, so stay tuned for that as we get to it. We get this web effect here, and I have no clue what this thing is for. It's reminding me, it looks to me like a web skirt that you can have, and I don't really understand what the point of this is. I just really don't get it. I don't remember something exactly like this being in the game, and I don't know. It just looks to me like a skirt piece. I have no idea exactly what to do with this. Although, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's probably to use as if you were wrapping somebody up in it. So maybe, you know, you have the people, you know, the bad guys, the henchmen or whatever that are down on the ground, and you have them wrapped in a web. Maybe that's what it is. I don't actually know, but that's what I'm going to assume it's going to be, because you can really just kind of fit it on, you know, to a figure, or, you know, kind of however you want to do it. Say you have like a suited figure, or if you have like a Mr. Negative custom or something, then you can maybe do something like that. I assume that's what's going on, but you know, I really don't know, so we'll just kind of have to go from there and see what it's going to be. But anyway, let's get in for a closer look on this guy. Okay, so here is actually how it should work. So if you put it over the shoulders, it could look like, you know, Spider-Man kind of webbed him up, and then they're kind of stuck like that. That's how it should look. And then if you have the GamerVerse Spider-Man, you know, web that came with several other figures, you can actually do something with it like that. So that's again, that's how that web effect is actually should be used. Okay, so I tried changing some of the settings on my camera and whatnot to to give you guys a little bit better look at what color this figure is. So the blue it's coming off as like a royal blue on the video. I think we'll see how it is after editing and stuff. But it's really not a royal blue to me. It's more of a, I don't want to say teal because it's not as bright. It's just not completely accurate. So this video it isn't going to be completely true to what the color is. And I looked on my Instagram page at the pictures that I posted, and you know, it's going to kind of be the same thing. It's not, the true color isn't really coming through on that, and I'm not sure, you know, how I'm going to be able to really show you guys that, but it is what it is. Anyway, we'll get right to it. I think it looks great. The sculpt work is pretty amazing on this. And it's a real surprise that Hasbro would actually give us these GamerVerse figures, because this one and then the Spider Armor Mark III, they're going to be all unique sculpts. So there's new things. You know, the hands might be reused. I'll have to see when I look at that. But the rest of the figure, it's all brand new sculpt. There's nothing that these pieces would have come from. So that's really kind of surprising to see. The head sculpt looks really good. We get that sky blue on there with a little bit of black for the lenses. They are pretty small. You get a little line work because you can see that it is like a metal type helmet or something going in it. A little reminiscent of like an Iron Man type of look. You can see the line work kind of going around the faceplate there. One really cool thing is like the spider logo here on the back. There's these red pieces. It's actually like sculpted in there, so that's pretty nice looking. There's some splotchiness and some things with the paint that are just kind of a little funky as it kind of gets a little wonky right there, and then you get like this piece right here. There's red outline there, but it's not really on this side, so it's just kind of a couple little minor things, nothing too major. For the most part, the paint is actually done pretty clean. Even here, the spider legs are, you know, sculpted on, and it's all done pretty clean. It's this deep red that is really nice, that it came out really good looking. Here on the side, again, all these lines that you see are all sculpted on, and it looks really good. The hands as well, all the way down to the leg, and it feels like it's arm pieces because you have like a lot of sharp edges, not sharp, but this sculpted, like these flat parts, so you can see that it's like an actual like suit, and it's not like a cloth suit that he's wearing or anything like that. And the feet, but looks awesome. Articulation on this should be pretty good, so let's get right to that. Okay, articulation on the Velocity Suit Spider-Man. So he can look all the way down, and he can look all the way up, so that is very good. Of course, you get the full rotation there. Tiny head pivot, that's basically almost none. You can get the arms, the shoulders to go up that high. You get a full rotation. There is the upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow, and mine is pretty stiff, so you might want to warm yours up before really trying to mess with it, but you can get the elbow to bend in that much, which is great. Range of motion for the elbow there. There is an ab crunch, so you're going to crunch forward only that much. You're going to crunch back that much, and you can see that the blue does eventually stop in there. There is the waist swivel. You get full rotation there. Legs go out that far apart, so great motion in the legs doing the splits. Can kick forward that high, which is good. Goes back a tiny little bit. There is an upper thigh cut there. You get a solid double jointed knee, which is great. You get a foot that pivots down on the ankle that much, which is great, or hinges up that much, which is still really good. Ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So solid articulation for this guy. Again, should he be super agile? He is a Spider-Man in a Peter Parker in a suit, like an armored suit type of thing. So it's not going to be the most flexible, but there is really good range of motion in this guy. Now let's see him compared to the GamerVerse Spider-Man figure. And of course I meant the Advanced Suit Spider-Man figure, but here they are next to each other, and they are about the same height. This one has big head problems, and I think that was one of the big criticisms about this figure when it was released. I think it's a pretty difficult figure to get a hold of now. Of course, it's going to be out of stores. Everybody was like, oh, it's super available. It's going to be like back in Black Deadpool, everyone will get it, and it just kind of dried up, and I don't know what's going on with it now. But the two look pretty good side by side. This one has kind of huge feet because it just used all the comic body parts, the existing pieces that were out there. We didn't get new sculpt or anything like that. That was another big criticism for this figure. Yes, it would have been great to have gotten, you know, like if the white spider logo was like sculpted onto it, you know, and it really gave it the true layered look that we actually get in the video games, because, you know, you could see it, the details in the game are amazing, to where you could see kind of the thread pattern and everything that's going on with the suit. And then in this figure, you know, we're just not getting it. But this new Velocity suit figure, we get all those layered looks to it, and it's done really nice. So maybe Hasbro would release this again and do something new with it. Who knows? You know, maybe a future 2-pack with Mr. Negative. How awesome would that be? All speculation. I'm sure that's not going to happen, but it would be great if it does. But there are the two together, and then I will show you the Spider Armor Mark III when we get to that. But solid figure. It should have came with some additional hands, which would have been really cool. Would have been great if he came with different type of accessories from the game. You know, like the web bombs or the spider drone, things like that. I have the of course, the SH Figuarts one that actually has, you know, like the drone and some of those, like the web bombs and things like that. But it would be nice if Hasbro gave us some of those accessories, maybe in the future, because it seems like they're doing a lot of things with GamerVerse. We know that Iron Man is coming out from the Avengers game, and I think there's a full wave coming. So maybe we'll see some of the Spider-Man stuff as opposed to the Avengers stuff. I'm not real big fan of how the characters look in that game, so maybe we'll get them for the Spider-Man game, because the Spider-Man game was just absolutely amazing. Can't wait for the second one to come out. Can't wait to get more figures, hopefully more accessories in the future as well. But until then, this is what we're getting, and I am pleased with it. When I was first announced at Comic-Con during the panel, I thought, meh, not suits that I use, but then when I went down to the showroom floor, I was pretty amazed at how they looked in person. Now having them in hand, I'm still equally as impressed and very happy with it. But I'm curious to know what you guys think of the figure. Are you getting it? And then you guys let me know your thoughts on it. Are you getting it? Are you not getting it? Pass? Getting it just for the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure piece? I'm curious. Down in the comments below, let me know. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.